Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to another video. Today we are here for episode 20 of Goattville building. I actually checked the episode number this time, so I know I got it right. So we are here back on the city once again, going to work over by the museum again, but as you can tell from the title, it's not going to be, the same project, this little lovely building over here. I haven't really done too much progress on the interior in between episodes, but on the exterior, I've just sort of done some work in terms of expanding out the general layout of the city. So like bringing out some of the roads and, fixing up some of the back stuff here. And I got a couple of suggestions in the last episode about other stuff that I can put there, but I just didn't get to it yet. So I'm probably going to change that a little bit, but we'll have to wait until the further episodes. But now, this massive hole in the side of it will finally begin to, not to be a massive hole in the side of the building, because we're going to start work on the other parts of the museum. So we're going to have another little side part to this whole thing, a separate bit that's not going to be directly linked to Goattville stuff, but more, other miscellaneous stuff, probably referring to like my channel and all the stuff that's happened on it. So I went on Google Images and I searched up for some inspiration about what I could do. And I also built this little road coming out here. That's not really a road, but more of like a little walking area. So what I figured what I was going to do is have this little thing right here, which is going to be used like strictly for pedestrians and stuff like that. And I think it looks nice with the brick. And then to this side, we're going to have various restaurants and stuff lined up the side, because this will be quite the tourist area, I assume. And then over here on this side will be the other parts of the museum. And this one's going to be kind of similar to that in size, but it's going to be like rotated 90 degrees so that it's wider along this front and a little bit thinner along there. Or I'm probably going to have to make some changes to accommodate for, how far it has to go back here. But anyway, I thought for this episode we could just get started with some of the building, sort of laying everything out as well as actually building the structure. So I found a pretty good reference model for this. So like this one was based a little bit off of the looks of the London Natural History Museum, I believe, and this next one is going to be based off of the Brooklyn Museum. I think that's just what it's called, just Brooklyn Museum. So I got general idea of that, so I suppose we could get started with some stone, and I'm gonna have to fill in all of this. So this is going to be, quite the difficult task. So I'm gonna make a small little plaza right here in the front, and then we'll have like some stairs going up to a little bit of a higher platform. Or I'm not too sure if that will be completely necessary, because we can't necessarily disturb the land's elevation too much with if we wanted to be in line with the other museum, or we could just sort of have this go up so that it's at like 1 floor tall, but it's elevated to a certain extent so that it can still have that bridge going across. I'm not too sure. But hopefully if I timed all of this, time-lapse stuff correctly, we can be finished with just this general stone layout in 3, 2, 1. And I hope this is enough space. I'm not too sure if we're going to need to expand that, but it doesn't have to be too much. We're just going to have, a small set of stairs going up in a nice curve pattern, which leads up to the top, and then maybe at the base we can have like some interesting fountain design. But before I get into building that, I should probably come up with an idea in terms of how wide the general building is going to be. So assuming that this one is around 80 blocks, I think. I'm pretty sure it goes 80. Let's get the map out, if I have a map. Where is a map? I'll go here and try to do some very simple math. So, let's see, we are at 818, and then going up. That probably would be easier to do it the other way, to around 926. So, yeah, that's actually, it's over like 100, right? Yeah, it's like 110. So, it doesn't have to be completely perfect, but, I kind of want something generally in that size. So now that I know that that's what that is, we need to make this approximately 100 meters wide. So let's get some red wool and just sort of mark out a little corner block right there, which is kind of where that corner is, and I need to bring out the map again. And we are at 279, 280, so let's go out to around 360 around here, and then we can put in the other one. So line this up properly, and then this would just be a rough estimate of how wide it will be, or that could be like the set dimensions already. And we could just sort of edit our building accordingly to how all of that stuff is set up. Would that be good enough? Is that wide enough for it? I think it should be. I mean, like maybe we can make an L shape, to sort of accommodate for that. And then this little area in the middle, inside of the L, can be the start of the zoo that we're going to build. But we're going to have to clear out some concept art that some other person came on this world and made, so I'm not too sure about all that. But anyway, I suppose we could get started with some of that. We're trying to find out the middle, so I'm going to quickly try and find out the middle, and I'll do a little time lapse so you can see how to do it, because I know you guys like that traditional Minecraft music. So we're gonna have to get the map out. We're gonna have to get the calculator out. Hold on, so we can get out the proper numbers, and we will begin. Alright, and that took way too much time because apparently I did something weird on the first bit, but there's the middle right there. I probably could have just done the traditional method of just going up here and getting each one on the corner of the screen, like this, so that they're all lined up. Oh wait, oh yeah, that's why it's not all lined up, because it's not proper. This is the technique which I probably should have done, but bring this to the right elevation, which is right here, just so all the angles and stuff line up, and then we fly up. And then just look down on it, and then the little cursor in the middle will tell us exactly where the middle is. So yeah, I definitely should have done this. I don't know why I didn't do this one. So yeah, it's right here actually, and it looks like it might be 2 blocks actually. And mark the center. So actually, to fix that, we just get rid of that one, and then go over here and make this 1 block extra. So got all of that stuff marked out, and I suppose we can get started with the little entrance that we need. So I'm going to pull up a quick reference picture just so I understand what I'm doing. So we got this nice lovely night shot of the museum, and we're not going to go like base everything completely off of it. I do want some sort of original idea, because that's what I did with the other part of the museum, and I also just like having my own original stuff here. Of course I use other stuff for inspiration, but it's nice to have stuff of my own. So we need to figure out what I'm going to use. Maybe stone slabs would be good for some stairs. Yeah, I think that'd be good. So I think what I might do is actually, let's build this back bit right here. And the material, it looks like it's made out of something quartzy, but also sandstone-ish. So should I use the same blocks, or would that just be too much sandstone in this place? In this general part of town, would that look a little bit too weird if I use sandstone there as well as there? Probably will. So let's see if there's a bit of an alternative. White terracotta, would that work? Maybe we could use this alongside with like some quartz, some nice quartz details, and yeah, I think that would actually look quite nice. So hopefully this looks good in the end. So let's build this up, and I should probably mark that right there with it, with that being the center. Go out 2 blocks on this side, and that's probably too much, too little. So go out there, and then we'll just build these little quartz blocks up here. And then this is going to be a little wall right there, and then we're going to have like a little fountain in front of that, and then we'll have stairs curving up to the top. So I'll probably do another time lapse now, and I don't know if I'll have an additional song to put on, but you'll probably just have to listen to Hackstrom again. So let's quickly build ourselves a little general idea of what we're going to be doing here. Oh, I'm just beginning to realize that that's probably not going to look that good. It's too pink. We need it to be more of a solid white color. So search is back on for what we could build this with instead. I'm trying to figure out, like, I mean, it does mostly look like kind of that sandstone color, but I'm not too sure exactly what I could build it out of. Maybe like a bit of a darker white color, like some white concrete. Would this be any better? You know what, I think that might actually work, and it would at least be something different. So yeah, I'm gonna go and start using that. Alright, well, we just came across another conclusion. That's white concrete would actually work better because it's a little bit darker, so this way it won't blend in too much with the quartz. Wow, there's really nothing really working out in terms of the colors, but hopefully this will be as much as we need. So, another time lapse again. And I think I just got another idea. What if I just build out of diorite, like this interesting material? Although this probably would look a bit too rough, but it at least makes it somewhat interesting. It makes it look like it's actually built out of something, and it would at least make the quartz pillars and stuff like that and all the quartz details stand out a bit. So I guess we're going to do this real quick and just see how this turns out. Hopefully it's actually good. I'm just going to do 1/2 of the side of this just so I can see it, and I suppose when I do this I don't have to do another time lapse, even though you probably really enjoyed the original Minecraft soundtrack. Let's see, does that look, I think that has the potential to look better. Of course, it may look a little bit simple now, but I think it could actually look pretty good. I'm trying to make sure everything around here isn't made of a similar material, and I think this might actually look good because of the white quartz probably, is a bit too similar when you're looking at that white concrete, I mean. But yeah, we can just do some additional sort of details in here using like some stairs to put right there, and that's where like the water will come out onto the fountain. I think that's a much better addition. So I suppose we can start doing some of this, and I can start explaining some of the structure I came up with that I just sort of decided on for what I could build for the museum. And I figured that I'm going to have like, the first stairs are going to lead you onto the second floor, but the second floor is going to be in line with that one, of course, and there's going to be like some stairs leading down to the first floor, and the first floor will just be kind of not too accessible, like not overly accessible, but like having a couple doors on the side for like mostly exits. The main entrance will be on the second floor, so yeah, I feel like that would be the best way of doing it, to have like a nice lovely lead up to the front. So I might actually have to make this a little bit wider because I'm not too sure just how much space we're going to have for some additional stuff, but it doesn't have to be too wide. We don't need to make this such an insanely grand museum, so I suppose I could just get started on some of the stairs. Alright, let's see how we can do this. I'm going to have to do some actual raw recording right now. Oh yeah, I was going to use some quartz stairs, but we can get some slabs out real quick and build ourselves a little circle coming out like this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So we have a little semicircle coming out like that, and this is where we will have the little fountain-like thing. And how am I going to build? How am I going to know what that is? All right, I should probably figure out where the elevation for this is. So let's get out another map once again, and this is at 61. So now we just need to make sure that this goes up to 61, and that's where we're going to have the other one. So that's 60. And then that's 61, and we just have another one right there, which will be part of a railing. This might be a little bit too high, but, will it be too much of a problem? Hopefully not. We can only hope that it isn't. So let's put that right on top of there, and then we can start building some of the diorites up like this. And this video is probably not going to be as entertaining as the other ones because I'm mostly building. I would do a lot more updates videos if I actually did stuff in between episodes, but I've mostly just been taking like a very light approach to YouTube now that it's not my absolute first main priority as it used to be. I've now just become a lot more chill with it. How am I going to do that? Could I put just some more quartz like this? Yeah, that's fine. But anyway, getting back to the other stuff, I just feel like what really caused me to go on my break was just some massive burnout of Minecraft and YouTube and all of that stuff, in terms of making that my first priority when it was probably not meant to be. So now I probably spend like only a couple hours per week on Minecraft compared to a year ago when I was spending like a couple hours per day, and it's actually been like quite the relief not having to worry about this on a daily basis. It's actually enjoyable. That's the word, to make videos, and to still receive some amount of support. Of course, I'm not expecting the same amount that I used to be because I'm not putting the same amount of work into the actual content. But the videos I'm actually putting more effort in, as in like my building episodes from a year ago were just like a single 15-minute recording. Meanwhile, this one's probably going to have a good couple of edits in there just for some viewer convenience. But getting back to the topic right here of what I'm building, probably going to rise these up about to there, assuming. And let's get the stairs out like this. And would that make it go out too far? Actually, no, it'll look good. It's gonna look good. And we can put some more stairs on top of this, and that's where some of the water will come out. And we'll make a nice lovely little pool so we can start digging some of this out. So anyway, not too sure what else I could talk about. I was talking about, like, some of the stuff that the reason why the videos haven't been as insane as they used to be. You can definitely tell that from the view count that I used to get compared to what I get now. But I still think it's doing pretty good. I would do more updates videos, and I'm going to do another one in a couple of weeks once that museum is like properly finished inside and out. I'm not going to worry about finishing this one right now too quickly, but I think a nice updates video would be nice and refreshing in comparison to just a constant, constant stream of these building episodes, which, aren't too rich in their content in terms of the fact that Minecraft pretty much died out 3 years ago. So this type of content is not too desired on the YouTube markets, but I still enjoy making it. I would make more updates videos because those would do very well, and they're also a lot easier to make. But these ones are still pretty good, as in they don't require too much work in terms of Minecraft. Making the videos is a little bit longer of a process, but in terms of weekly hours invested in, slaving away at a project, it's not as insane. And oh wait, I should probably make the bottom of this stone. See, this is what happens when I go off and I'm not thinking about what I'm actually building. The reason why this bottom bit's going to be stone is because we're going to want to put some details on the bottom, specifically gold and iron ore, so it looks like coins being thrown in, the coins that were thrown in. So if we get some of that out, we can clear out our inventory real quick just to make things a little bit nicer. We can put some gold and iron ore because this stuff blends in with stone. It would look very nice. And speaking of gold and iron ore, since normally don't use them in the creative world, I haven't played on a survival Minecraft world in probably what's been over a year and a half, I think. Last time I did it was like sometime summer of last year, and I do think I kind of want to get back into doing some survival Minecraft, not for like an as a complete change of contents, but just a small additional little series that would be enjoyable for me. So that's kind of something that's been hypothesized for me. I'm not too sure exactly if I'm going to go through with it, but because I'm not too sure if I'm going to enjoy it, like the 15th episode in, or anything like that. So a lot of things that I could be doing for this channel, but I think doing this just sort of minor updates to Goattville is still good because it keeps this project still going. But of course I don't have to invest crazy amounts of time as I did before, and this is not exactly what I'm looking for right now. Let's see. We need to make these paths a bit more narrow, and we have to get rid of the water first so that the path actually isn't manipulated. So let's clear out all of that. And now how are we going to make that stuff go straight out? We could get some... can we do this stone? Cobblestone wall? And we just put it like this. A little bit of additional detail and serves the purpose as it should, like that. There we go, that's nice. So we can just fill in all the rest of this right here. And then we can actually start working on some of the bits in the museum, because I probably spent around 15 minutes on this part, and we have actually gotten into nothing too special, so I should probably start working on that. I suppose we could do a time-lapse now, just so I get some sort of content down without making the video drag on for forever. So let's start building the stairs, and you can listen to, what song should I put on at this time? How about Sweden? Sweden's a nice song, but my favorite one was, hold on, what was my favorite one called? Oh yeah, it was, I can't remember the name of it, but I remember I put it here. What Hands was it? What, right? Was that it? Let's see, what is it? Sweden? Oh yeah, that was the one that I did here. What Hands, that's what it is. That's my favorite one. So I'll put What Hands over when I'm building the stairs. 3, 2, 1, go. And here we are. What was probably around 1.5 minutes for you was around like 20 minutes for me building all these stairs. I probably should have chosen a better song aside from Wet Hands, because I think that song is only like 1.5 minutes long. So here is kind of the general idea which we got. We got the little thing coming out here, which I thought was just going to be right here along like the front side of the surface, but I decided that maybe we can like have this go out a bit, like a nice lovely little balcony, and then we'll have plenty of stairs, plenty of space back here for where the stairs can go up at. So stairs, quite nice, nice lovely little gradual going up a bit, and as they do, and of course they're lined up on both sides to give some of that greater sense of elaboracy to the building. So I don't think we're going to get to the actual structure of the building today. We can get to that in the next episode, just because I've been recording for quite a while now. I've been working for quite a while, and it's also getting really late for the time that I am at. So perhaps we can work on that in the next episode, and we can get some better results. And then hopefully I can actually do something in between episodes, so you can actually expect some more interesting content in the next one. So aside from that, I want to thank you all very much for watching. As always, type Goat in the comments if you are at this point in the video. And as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!